I'm Alex Durango, Artistic Director for Color Design USA, and today we're going to be doing something really fun with Kate's hair. We really want to activate her hair. I mean, look at her, she's a very beautiful young lady, but everything's like so solid, you know? We want to really create some zones of movement throughout her hair, both using color and cutting techniques. So what we'll be doing first is we'll be establishing a length line right through here, and then we'll be cutting her hair dry to really activate the movement, the interior movement, and really evolve the canvas. What we did with her hair was we made all sorts of layers through the bottom, the dry action, just lots of lift, lots of interior motion. Now, what we need to do with her hair to wake this up even more so, to really change this canvas, is we need to put some color in. And at Color Design, what we like to do is we like to create easy techniques for you to work with that you can take them back to the salon and have a maximum impact. What we'll be doing is the two-braid technique, the color block braids. So what we'll be doing is we'll be sectioning off a section right up on top of hair here, and we'll be doing some twist ropes right in through here. And then we'll be putting darker color on the top and darker color on the bottom. So what will happen is we will have like a layer techniques of light against the darks, but two layers of variations of light. So what will happen is it will create all sorts of interior movement, interior lift, and it's sure to be a moneymaker in your salon. So what we've done is we've taken a horseshoe-shaped section right in through here, and now what we'll be doing is we'll be working on our rope braids. The idea of taking braids is something that I played with because I like the idea that the sections were just a little bit more jaggedy. Keeping in mind that if you are more comfortable with foils, you could easily go ahead and do that. But what I really want to do was, again, just to take some jagged lines and work around so we could kind of like isolate these braids. And I don't worry about perfection, and really neither should you, because again, this is a look for ease and for a quick money maker. I just go on this side too. There we go. If you look in, this is the whole idea of taking the braid a certain way. Look at all just the little grooves and the little weaves that ride in through that really kind of foils can't give you, because foils would give you just too specific or too definitive of a line. And again, just taking this, clipping this off, and going back on my other side. And I'll continue with another layer of braiding all the way around. You see what we've gone ahead and done? We've created 4 different zones for color opportunity throughout her head. 1, first layer of braids, second layer of braids, and finally the 4th. So you'll get all this fantastic variations throughout the interior. All right, so now it's time to mix up color. And it doesn't get any easier than mixing up color design. For every 50 cc's of color, we use 75 cc's of developer. That's 1 to 1.5. So we've sectioned off Kate's hair. And what we'll be doing right now is a standard T-zone application till we get to the rope braids. All right, so we're continuing on. We've applied our first coat of color. And now what I'll be doing is to keep the colors separated. I'm putting in foils all the way around. So now I drop down my first braid. And I've got my second color formulation, and I'll be working scalp to ends as well. And I'll be continuing from side to side till all the hair is covered. All right, so our first panel of foils has been dropped down, colored in, and now what we'll be doing is we can continuing on with another layer of foils so we can keep the color separated. Now we're dropping down our second layer of foils, again working from the bottom to the top. And I'll be continuing again till I run out of hair. So we've been working bottom to top, and we've got our sections completely isolated. And now the same color that we used at the bottom of our two braiding techniques, we're going ahead and using on the interior. So it'll look absolutely fantastic when it just spills right over and blends and gets involved with awakening all that extra movement throughout our hair. So what we'll be doing is we'll be finishing up the top again from the base to the ends, and voila, she's all set. So again, in review, we isolated two rope braids right in through the middle, and we put our darker color, base color, right on top and right at the bottom. And then we've got two layers of light, a darker layer of light and a lighter layer of light, again to reflect and really pop this out, this color. And again, we're using the foil to keep those separate for right now, not to commingle the colors too much together. We're all set. We hope you enjoy the look. We'll be processing for 35 minutes, and that's a wrap. And voila, here we are with Kate. Beautiful tonality, the perfect balance, soft peekaboos, just the right amount of flirtation as the color just like spills over. Look at how the color just blends right in and just moves through the interior. And you know the best part about this? No roots. This color will sell to all those clients who will tell you that, hey, you know, they don't necessarily want a lot of maintenance and a lot of upkeeps. But once they experience something like this, once they start getting the kind of compliments that this type of technique with color design will offer, and especially again too with the Ceramide A2, how wonderful it makes your hair feel, you've got yourself a real winner. We hope you enjoy this collection. I want you to take a look. I'm glad you're here. Sit down, join us. Let's talk some color. Il primo taglio dei capelli che abbiamo fatto è stato tutto asciutto. La prima cosa che abbiamo fatto a linea. A linea è importante e abbiamo lasciato le due rase lunghe per usare per tagliare più tardi. I thought that was going to Italy. Buenos dias, señoritas y caballeros.
No.
English. You sure? All right. The color block braids, was so cool. I really love hair that moves. And so many times it's like when I was a young hairdresser, basically it's like all I ever learned was just shapes and stuff, and that was the end of it. It's like here's your bob, here's your wedge, here's whatever. As I evolved as a hair cutter, it's like I started to look at lots of like interior movement and lots of like flows and lots of wisps and more about like the symmetry of what I was bringing out of someone rather than trying to press into someone. And having the opportunity to do this particular technique really just got me to rethink what was really kind of like happening in colors. Like think about how we approach color all the time. We approach color basically the same way as we approach bobs and wedges. When I said, here we go ahead and we do our touch-ups, here we do our foils. Well, this was really pretty neat because with this particular technique, and really all the collection that you'll see here from Color Design, is what we went and we got inside of the hair. So now you have all this very, very reflectant color, just absolutely just stunning. And for the haircut that we used it on, the dry cut, it's like you just really, really saw this, like the activation and the flow, and it's very, very distinct. And what was, again, really, really neat about this is it just gives you the opportunity to really, really get in and get creative. But it allows you to be creative in a very, very timely way. I mean, this is, again, this is technique-based. This is not an event. For a client, it's an event. But for you, it won't take you very long to go ahead and do this. And again, this is an absolutely stunning, fantastic look. We're excited about it and hope you are too. Thank you.